Attention, Bills fans. The decision was made behind the scenes, and no one expected it. One of the most important names on the roster is leaving. It was quiet, quick, and has already generated strong reactions within the locker room. I managed to find out every detail about this departure, and I'm going to tell you all about it now. But first, click like and subscribe, because today we're going to talk about a farewell that could change the season's rumor mill. The Bills' preseason opener against the New York Giants may have ended with a losing score, but on the field, it was a different story. It wasn't just a game of adjustments and tests. It was a night when 4 players planned, in front of the cameras and the fans, that they weren't just going to participate in the preseason. They wanted to make an impact. They wanted to be remembered. Espn. The first name on the list is one with a strong surname, Frank Gore Jr., signed as an undrafted rookie in 2024. He entered knowing that the path to the final roster would be magnificent, with James Cook, Ray Davis, and Ty Johnson already ahead of him at the position. But against the Giants, Gore Jr. made it clear he's not just here to fill out practice numbers. He had 21 rushing passes in 5 packages and 49 receiving passes on 5 passes, highlighted by an impressive sequence. 3 consecutive plays totaling 30 yards, culminating in a touchdown late in the third quarter. And he almost scored again. An explosive run that looked like a TD was overturned after video review. If he wasn't on the coach's radar before, now he's impossible to ignore. Next, Joe Andreessen, a linebacker and already a fan favorite, showed that his name is gaining traction. With Terrell Bernard out, Andreessen took over as Mike's linebacker and played like he'd been a starter for years. He had 5 tackles, 1 for a loss, and nearly intercepted a deflected pass that sent the stadium into a frenzy. His story, which began as a local tryout and now threatens to become a permanent fixture on defense, is practically a modern-day fairy tale for Buffalo. The third standout of the night was wide receiver Tyrell Shavers. At 6'4" and 215 pounds, he's in his 3rd preseason with the Bills, and decided he wasn't going to be just another name on the list. Missing with just 27 seconds remaining in the half, Shavers caught a perfect pass from Mitchell Trubisky and turned the game into a 58-yard drive, paving the way for a crucial field goal. It was the kind of game that screamed, "I deserve more opportunities." And to round out the list, it's impossible not to mention Mike White. After a shaky start, he transformed in the second half. He led 2 touchdown drives, the first with a 39-yard toss to KJ Hamler, the second with a 7-yard pass to Darrington Evans, and a 2-point conversion to Laviska Shenault. White finished with 112 touchdown passes, 2 touchdowns, and, most importantly, a new lease on life for his career in Buffalo. And here's the detail that makes this story even more interesting. Mike White's night may have been much more than just a good preseason game. It may have been the beginning of something bigger, something that involves not only his future, but also the future of the Bills roster. For most NFL franchises, the football preseason is little more than a checklist, finalizing the depth chart, giving the Cals valuable reps, and above all, protecting their starters from injury. But in Buffalo, August brings an extra twist. It's also a chance to quietly increase the market value of a quarterback who may not even be in a Bills uniform by week 1. Josh Allen's role as QB1 isn't just guaranteed, it's untouchable. Mitch Trubisky, with his mobility, starting experience, and respected locker room presence, has a clear advantage to remain the primary backup. This leaves Mike White in a difficult situation. On paper, he's the only one to be eliminated in a quarterback room that rarely features 3 active passers. But between the lines, White is starting to look like one of the league's most intriguing trade pieces. White's NFL career spans 4 seasons, totaling 2,247 passing yards and 9 touchdowns. His most memorable moments came during his time with the New York Jets, where he demonstrated flashes of true composure under intense pressure, making precise, accurate throws in high-stress situations. He never had the luxury of a starting role, but his skill set was always enough to catch the eye of general managers around the league, especially those seeking a steady hand to back up their starting quarterback. On the eve of the 2024 preseason, the buzz surrounding the White era is, at best, tomorrow. His initial numbers weren't encouraging, just 179 passing yards with a completion percentage below 47%. But then came the matchup against the Giants, and suddenly the narrative changed. The hesitation was gone, thanks to a quarterback in complete command of the offense. He orchestrated 2 precise touchdown drives, a perfectly timed 39-yard pass to KJ Hamler and a 7-yard pass in a tight window to Darrington Evans. He even capped one of those drives with a 2-point conversion to Laviska Shenault. It wasn't just a comeback performance. It was a statement that he can still deliver when it counts. NFL front offices are noticing these moments. Bleacher Report's Mo Moton has already mentioned that White could bring the Bills valuable draft capital to keep the draft going. His contract, 2 years, $38 million, makes him an affordable signing for any time they need a proven number 2. And the timing couldn't be better. Across the league, quarterback rosters are about to be tested. Training camp injuries, disappointing preseason performances, and surprising Making roster cuts will sometimes leave them searching for a reliable option. If White continues to rack up performances like this, the Bills' phone lines may start ringing. Maybe it's a prospect just coming off injured reserve. Maybe it's a veteran roster looking for someone to back up a young starter. Either way, White's value could peak at exactly the right time. A perfect combination of performance, timing, and demand. And while White is working to raise his own value, the Bills organization has received a wave of good news. The kind that not only shapes a player's future, but can alter the trajectory of an entire season. Before the first snap against the Giants, the Bills had already secured a victory. In the training room, several key players who had been sidelined were seen in uniform, participating in light drills and getting closer to full action. On defense, Terrell Bernard, Dorian Williams, and rookie safety Cole Bishop were all on the field. Bernard's chemistry with Matt Milano is crucial to Buffalo's defensive identity, and Bishop's return to health after missing significant time in training camp could be a game changer. On offense, James Cook's presence in uniform was welcome, especially amid ongoing contract disputes. Wide receiver Curtis Samuel, whose first year in Buffalo was hampered by injuries, is also in full swing. The Bills are counting on his ability to add some depth to the offense. The return of these players isn't just about depth, it's about trajectory. With them on the roster, the ceiling rises significantly. Without them, the path to a Lombardi becomes much steeper. Right now, though, the arrow is pointing upward, and for a fan base that lives and breathes every snap, these small preseason victories feel like the first steps towards something much bigger. With young players surprising in the preseason, a backup quarterback increasing his trade value, and encouraging news about the recovery of key players, could this be the moment the Buffalo Bills start to build the roster that can finally land the long-awaited Lombardi? Leave your opinion here. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, but I'll be back later to update you with the latest Buffalo Bills news.